Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Sunday, September 1st, 2019. Yes, it is now officially September. And tomorrow is Labor Day in the US. So, we shall see if I am forcibly made to not work on Monday afternoon with the job availability for transcriptions. That would be sad in one way, but also would give me time to do other things. Anyway, if you are watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/otakushowboat to leave a follow and turn on notifications to be reminded when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. US Eastern Time, as per usual. You can also follow me on Twitter at Otaku Showboat and visit my website at otakushowboat.com. Today's question of the day is, how did you find me? Ooh, one of those questions. Yes, how did you find me? Was it a search on YouTube for something related to Factorio or to Pyanodon's mods? Did you come across the stream by looking up the Factorio category on Twitch? Did you do a search on Google for something and come across my website somehow for that? Or were you just browsing, or any of that nonsense? Pyanodon says that he found me for searching for people playing his mods to get feedback. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. So, speaking of which, there have been updates to the Pyanodon's mods. In particular, screeners now have a crafting speed of 2.5 rather than 2, which is a nice little change. That caught my attention really quick. Yes, that caught my attention really quick, as did the sodium chlorate for Nextlit Pulp 1 was cut in half. It's still a lot of salt needed, even at half, but a lot better than what it was. Still a lot of salt to go into that sodium chlorate. Lots of other changes as well. Some changes in vanadium to tailings dust by a lot, as well as a huge reduction in crushed iron requirements for the Pulp 2 on vanadium was decreased by a factor of 10. So that's a wonderful thing. An absolutely wonderful thing. And then some changes in some of the combustion mixture stuff. And then coal briquettes. Heck yeah, that recipe change reduced the creosote to 100 from 150, and then makes 10 briquettes instead of 1 now, which is a lot nicer than what it was, considering how much coal dust gets used in that. So, yeah, lots of wonderful, beautiful changes made lately. Don't know if all of them have been pushed live yet. I know the screener change is live at this point, so that is absolutely wonderful. But you changed screeners as I am sort of trying to make chains for ore processing for my tutorials, Pyanodon. I had already decided beforehand that my tutorials on the ore processing chains are not going to be focused on specific numbers of buildings that you need, more so that you need specific buildings, but I wanted to at least build out a chain for processing yellow belts. So for the most part, I want to make sure that I at least have enough buildings to process all of the outputs originating from a yellow belt of ore, with the exception of Nexlet, which is 1200 units per second of tailings, which is actually 3 raw Nexlet per second. But everything else has been, or is being, built around the concept of a yellow belt in of ore. So, speaking of which, little bit of a preview here of what's going to be in store on the tutorials. So I'm using the text plates mod to well, I can show a little bit more when I load up the stream and switch over to the full screen. Today is the 71st stream, by the way. Stream day. Getting closer to 100 streams of this. So, I had the forethought to, let's see, which is the most recent one? I think this. So, here's like the preview of how we're going to be starting these tutorials. So, this is the iron chain. You know, the entire iron chain minus the outside inputs and byproduct outputs. So it's just the outline without any of the other stuff that you have to think about, as well as all of the buildings that each step is done in. And then below that we've got plates. So which piece can be made out of plates, and then what pieces you can make out of molten, or make into molten. So that times all ores is what I'm working on. I have made one of these for, well, I'm done with iron and copper, and I'm working on quartz, and those are like the 3 videos I'll be making this week at minimum for these tutorials. And of course, I've built this out as well, and I am going to talk about all of the extra materials and byproducts that are produced along all of the chains. So, just the preview here. This overview in text plates. I can't actually place this because I don't have gold yet, because these are all gold plates, because the gold plates are the easiest to see on a map. Of course, for that tutorial map, I am cheating with the Infinity mod. So I have as many gold plates as I could ever desire. I need to actually hook up all of the power here on all of these mushrooms, and I'm seeing that we had a bit of a gap there. Yeah, a gap that got pasted through. So yeah, wow. Yeah, think about how long it takes to actually type things out with text plates, and you'll get an idea to how long it's taking to do all of this. That was my evening last night. Doing iron and copper. You know, just iron and copper. And starting to work on quartz. Though quartz is not as bad. Also, Oh, I did do that. Cool. So, what am I going to work on today in the actual playthrough? Good question. I'm continuing the collagen shenanigans, which I've noticed that's one thing that hasn't happened yet. Cough. Cough. Pyanodon. Yeah, none of this changed. None of this has been updated as of yet. So, just gonna keep going as things are now. No reason not to, I suppose. Let's just keep on building hundreds of mushroom farms and all of that good stuff. Oh, for reference, for my actual tutorial series, I will be pointing out various ways of getting some of the stuff from nothing, like xylanol in the iron processing chain has a recipe from tar. And I think we know. I think we know all about getting tar. Like, I think I have an idea how to get tar. For nothing. To make as much xylanol as I'll ever need. And then, oh, yeah. So, the other thing in the iron chain is the petroleum sulfonates. Petroleum sulfonates. Sodium hydroxide, crude, sulfuric acid, and saline. Alright, so sodium hydroxide is from saline. And I have ways of getting all of these. Because, by the way, I'm going to be doing this more so today. So remember this thing. This setup here to make saline. Yeah, so there's totally an FTS reactor recipe for making crude out of tailings. Yeah, this one. I like this recipe. I really like this recipe. Just for reference, I really, really like this recipe. And do you want to know why I really, really like this recipe? Because this recipe exists. Because this recipe exists, mushrooms plus Relesia flowers into aromatics. So, what is this recipe? This recipe is mushrooms and flowers. And water. Mushrooms, flowers, and a closed-loop water system to make crude. And olefins. Without any other outside inputs. So, that's a thing that I have found. Crude from mushrooms, flowers, and water. That's it. Of course, the the tailings are coming out of this saline production, because saline production makes tailings. So you can use the tailings instead of making Nexilite out of it, which you can also do, is to use the tailings to make the crude. You've already got a whole bunch of crude recipes that use catalysts. Like, you've already got tons, and it's not like this is... Like, do you see how much space this takes? Like, do you see how much space it is? And how many buildings it is just to get the salt water and the tailings for it for free? It's already huge. It's already something that's a pretty big investment to get to this. An investment that I have made, and an investment, by the way, that you can only do at Blue Science. Because... where are they? This recipe on the aromatics is a Blue Science recipe. This one unlocks, I forget exactly when. Pretty sure it was a blue. I thought it was. Or is it a green? Actually, it might be a green. Huh. Olefins from aromatics, by the way. Oh yeah, that's a wonderful recipe. That's what I was thinking of. Actually, when I was thinking just now of the blue, I was actually thinking of the olefins from aromatics. That's the Blue Science recipe that I was just thinking about. It's like, oh really? Oh really? Um, where is that mushroom recipe? Really now, it's not. It's not here. Unless the icon's different. Oh, aromatics. Well, anyway. Enough of this. It doesn't look like the search is coming up with the specific aromatics recipe for mushrooms. I wonder why. Oh, and hey, look, it's petroleum from aromatics and hydrogen. Coal processing too. Excuse me. Wait. Why when I search for coal processing does it not bring up 2? That's 3. Okay. Coal processing 2. Yes. That's the refined syngas. There it is. Yeah. So it is green science that you do get access to this. So, it's okay. Such a shame that the organic solvent uses activated carbon, though. Because I've also been trying to look for a decent way to get organic solvent, which is another thing in the iron chain. I'm thinking this one, ultimately, is probably the best. The bone meal and olefins. Obviously, because you can make olefins directly out of aromatics here. This recipe exists. So, if you can make olefins out of aromatics, that means you can get organic solvent out of aromatics and bone meal, in which bone meal, well, that's Ulrich's at that point. You can also get some by using up all of my extra meat and bones that's going to be coming out of all of these Zipir. So I think I'm not going to be lacking on bone meal. Just for reference, I'm probably not going to be lacking on bone meal. Which is the best recipe here? Is it this one? Ash, Relesia, and raw fiber 13 every 25 is technically the best. Just point of reference, by the way. Why is there no... I would think that there would be a Relesia, salt, fiber, and ash recipe that was slightly better. A 4-input recipe with the salt. But anyway, the ash is free, so I'm not worried about that at all. Also need to think about getting the power out of here as my dudes do their work. So, 180 Zipir. They don't like salty ash. Well, why would they like ash? That's the other thing. Why would the horses like ash? By the way, why can't you make glue out of the Ulrichs? Please tell me that's going to be a thing in alien life. Please tell me that will be a thing in alien life. Glue from horses. Don't know what you would do with the glue from horses, but yeah, that's a thing. Oh, we're 800 megawatts now. We've got enough production to go up to 2 gigs, so we're fine. So what was the next thing? I don't even know what the next thing I was going to do was for this. I need to set up my 70 assembling machines. And I sort of need to get the logistics done on this, right? Right, that's a thing. I need to get the logistics done, and I need to get stone wool at scale, and I need to get substrate at scale. And I need a whole bunch of pressured water. And I need to do pipes. Lots of ands here being stated. That's a lot of ands. Not glue, but epoxy. Alright. Sure. What was I going to do with the middle here? That's needs to go. That needs to go. I'm just thinking of how the pipes are going to go, because I'm going to need to do pipes and going to need to do requester chests here. This will always be saline. This will always be wastewater. Don't know why I'm doing this way when I can just do that. Copy, paste, paste, paste. paste. Oh yeah, I was gonna check something. Does the performance... Alright, so performance does not tank when hovering over this. So there seems to be an issue with the Infinity mod, actually. Where when hovering over the outputs, it tanks performance for some reason. That's just a thing that I've noticed on my tutorial map, and I'm like, is that happening on the actual playthrough? And no, it doesn't appear to be a thing that's happening. Because I was thinking maybe it was the multi-product outputs mod, but that does not appear to be the case. The text here that says products, Zipir carcass, and wastewater. Yeah, I thought that might be the thing, but no. No, it seems it's the Infinity mod for some reason. Well, always gonna be a fan of being able to get more useful stuff, like the epoxy. Getting it from Ulrich's is gonna be handy. I guess that's how I'll put it. It will be handy. Oh, do I even need this on this line? Or is it offset differently? Because I don't need to do this every line. I don't need to do this every line. So if I start here, I would need it here and here. Okay, good. Okay, good. So clearly what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these pipes down and then copy them and paste them in place. Oh, and then for why I'm not doing this on the other one yet is I want to finish all of the logistics on one. Oh, I apparently missed one. Get all of the logistics on one of the blocks done, and then just copy the whole thing and paste it over next door. There we go. Now, I am going to do that, even though... Wait a second. I am not correct here, but that's fine by me. I think. Am I? Yeah, because this doesn't have any outputs, right? That means... I am going to need pipes on all of these. Right, it needs to, like, alternate. Is that consistent? Do I always have... Yes, I always have these on this side. I think that does it. Or will do it. Yeah, because we need it. Ah. Right. Same thing, other side. There we go. Yeah, each one needs 3 pipe connections, so that should theoretically be all the pipes. Yeah, that should be all the pipes. Yeah. Now, where am I going to, like, connect all these? That is a really good question. Yeah, I'm thinking, obviously... right here. So this will be the pressured water. Do remember that I need to have, like, lots and lots of separate lines on the pressured water. So there's no real point connecting all of these together. I'll probably do this pressured water here, although I did want... did say that I wanted an empty piece. An empty lane, whatever. So... alright, I'll extend it up further. Let me grab my 1x1 blueprint and just bring the 1x1 across, and then I already have defined that I'm doing a 1.1 a 1x1 above it too, so I guess I'll just copy that whole thing, paste it down the rest of the line. I can do another 2x2 set even above that. Just right here, have another 2x2 lane. Yeah, come at me, all my beautiful guys. Right, I don't want anything in it, so there goes that idea. I guess the question of the day is, have I corrected the error that existed? I think I did. Okay, now I can take this. And just copy paste down the line. Looks like my choice of location meant that I didn't end up with all of the buildings there. That's fine. May as well do this whole line. Get my robots all working to set it all up. Should be one more after this. Pretty sure that covers everything. Yeah, that is everything. Earthing. Now, as I had mentioned, this grid here, this section of the grid is intentionally left blank. Just in case. Just in case. We shall see if I do anything with it in the end. It would be used for rails, maybe. Or, in the alternative, a resource line, shall we say. A resource depot line where I put requesters for resources to help reduce the amount of travel distance overall. Again, we shall see. Yeah, it's like, buddies? Aren't you going to do the thing? Doing the thing is very important. I'll have you know. Speaking of which, I think the way that I built my 1x1 and my 2x2, I could place 2x2s, and then any time I need a 1x1 on a 2x2 line, I can just do that. I can put 4 1x1s within a 2x2 blueprint. This is a lot of roboports. I just want to throw that out there. It's like, oh yeah, this is a lot of roboports, and it is a lot of charging stations, but grand scheme, probably not enough charging stations and roboports. Just in the grand scheme. I am now out of big electric poles. Oh noes. My robots have to bring them to me. Speaking of which, how many robots are there now? 12,961 Logibots. Oh, I am going to be in so much pain when I get around to setting up Mark II Logibots. That will be painful. They need the super steel, right? They need the super steel. I'll take the soup. Okay. That's all the pipes. This is a gap of 2. So now I can think about the requester chests and provider chests. That works. Yeah, do not need the, do not need the stack inserters on this. Not in the slightest. Oh hey, big poles. Oh right. Should have done the request first, because now I have to go over and paste in the request. Down the entire line, there we go. So I can just copy, rotate, and paste? Oh, I don't even need... Right. I don't even need these on the end. I've already gotten. I already have it. So just rotate and paste. Paste. Excuse me. The what? Oh. There'll be something... There'll be something wonky about this one. What? Oh. Hello. That would be a problem. Yeah, that would be what we would call a problem. Yeah, that works now. That's it, right? That's all the things? outside of substrate and stone wool. So now I am... No, I'm not... I cannot do this copy-paste yet because I need to remove a few things over here. Need to make a couple of modifications to... Wait. Do I need a modification here? Oh, I was semi-intelligent, folks. It's shifted a tile here. It's shifted a tile. Now, if only it was shifted a tile down, would that work? No, I'm still screwed here, but I am not screwed here. So I don't actually need to remove you. I still, though, do need to remove you and not you, actually. And not you, just you. Because it is in the way. Then it's just a copy-paste job. A wonderful job for the copy-paste folks. Why am I selecting... How am I selecting a, Roboport? Oh. Guess because it's impossible to not actually also grab the stuff while also grabbing the pipes I need. Oh well. They shouldn't be able to be placed anyway, just shift-click. Oh, are the ones in the middle... Ah, that sucks. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh god, why? 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 Do you have logistics zone expanders by any chance? That would be ideal. Logistics zone expanders would be great right about now. Because you've got the recharging station Pyanodon, and you've got the Roboport, but where's the extender on the thingies? On the logistic zones? That would be a wonderful idea. A logistic zone expander and, like, a chest. A robot chest. That's what Bob's does, by the way. Maybe in the plan. Yeah. Have like the individual pieces of the Roboports as their own separate thing. I mean, there are other mods that exist that do the same thing, but anyway. So, what does this ultimately mean? Oh, I know what this ultimately means. I have way too many chests. For reference, everything is being fed twice and outputting twice, so... Do I even need these? No. I'm gonna leave everything else the same. But I'm gonna take out the ones in the middle, because they're not actually needed. Oops. I was supposed to do that the lane every other. It was supposed to be every other, not every. Oh, and then because this is shifted by one tile, it's impacted multiple things, which is slightly unfortunate. However, I can safely remove the ones that are not in the network. Why am I able to do that? Because this one is getting fed from this chest, this one is getting fed from this chest, which is on the network, this one from this chest, this one from this chest. So I'm fine either way without having the middle. Anyway. That's that, as they say. So, more pipe logistics. I still need to hook up the wastewater and the saline water. Which, actually, all of these are connected, by the way. What type of numbers are we dealing with here? Because yes, this is how many artificial reefs I'm eventually going to have. My focus next is substrate and stone wool. I'll get the saline water at some point as well. And the pressured water. So the pressured water is going to need to be in 2 separate networks. That means I could fully connect what I have now on each individual square can have independent pressured water inputs. The saline is the same, but it would depend where and how I set up the saline as well. And then the wastewater out. Alright, so the wastewater out, ultimately I'm going to just be voiding it. As sad as that is. Or do I make it into urea? Do I make it into urea? If it doesn't need anything else in of significant value, then I could just make extra urea and void the rest. But I think ultimately a lot of this is just going to be voided. Otherwise, I need assembling machines on these 2 as well, and I need to set up stuff for saline from tar. I just want to throw out there, hey, hi, salt. You exist right where I need salt water. I'm not going to use it at all. In fact, I may do a thing and troll and be like, hey, let's put our quenching towers producing salt water on top of the salt. Let's do our infinite salt production on top of the salt mines. You know, sort of like how down here I've got my infinite production of my ore for chromium on top of a chromium ore patch. Like, hey, I don't need you anymore. I've got as much as I could ever want or need. I'm apparently also in need of additional production of drill heads. Heresies everywhere. Yes. Yes, everywhere. The heresy. I have underestimated how much steel this uses. Somewhat. Versus chromium. Interesting. Well, in all fairness, I'm likely going to not do it on top of the salt, but near the salt. It will be nearby. Very, very nearby. So, I did mention that I could have two separate things on the pressured water. I guess this is the easiest one to do first, is to hook up all of my beautiful pressured water. Can't have that one there. And then probably bring it up here. The irony, yes. Red belts, yes, red belts will be a thing eventually. Clear all this out. I am going to be needing these. Lots of them. So, how much pressured water was that again that I needed? Let's see. Let's have a look-see. It was 2160 over 2. So 1080 times 2. 1080. Really? Alright, 14. Not there. There. Actually, 15 is a line, so I will do that. Oh, that, and then... I did say I wanted separate lines, so that. And there's all the pressured water I need, and then pressured is 1-to-1 from water. So... Oh, I don't have any. Oh noes! Need more. Bring me my water wells. All of them. Yes, bring me all of my water wells. Can I make a water well? I can. I need 2 of them. Whoa, 36? Where did you come from? 26? Oh, I guess I picked up roboports. Yes, thank you. Thank you for pressure pumps. Probably don't need them anymore. Screw it. It is much, much simpler. And a lot less resources to do it this way. Yes, kitty? You're getting up? Just repositioning. Have you brought me these yet? I need one more. Good questions are good. You fit just fine in there. Within the space of the grid, so I am fine with that. You barely do. And there's my water. That just leaves beautiful power. So there's the pressured water for this. I might use the rest of this space for wastewater treatment, which is not something I thought I would actually say in this playthrough, but there we go. Wastewater treatment will be a thing. There's only one real source of wastewater. Oh, saving! Two! There's two sources of wastewater in the entire game, and we're making a two full throughput. Well, more than one full throughput pipe of it. So that's a thing. Oh, right. That's also a thing that I wasn't thinking about. Like power. Duh. I apparently also don't have either of these on the network. Interesting. And why am I not seeing more Zipir appearing? What am I missing here? Excuse me. What am I missing here? FB, clay pit, pipe, steel, and circuits. Is it the steel? It's not the steel. It's the FB. What is the FB reactor missing? Seriously? You have got to be kidding me. So, my FB reactors are missing stone furnaces. Because apparently I'm requesting more stone than I'm producing. Because I'm also voiding stone. Because I didn't put a priority on the splitter to fill the chest rather than void the stone. Because at the time I set it up, the chest was full, and I didn't think, hey, maybe I might need more stone someday. Oh, joy. Like, I need to carry around a car. That's another thing I should be thinking about. It's like, oh, so the whole Zipir processing, or the Zipir production of the reefs is being limited by the amount of stone that is coming in. Okay. Entire artificial reefs being slowed down just by the lack of stone. Because as you can see, I'm splitting it here. Yeah, let's output priority into the chest, please. Into the chest. I'm also apparently requesting all of it here. I do need to do this, but because I'm requesting so much of it, it's killing the priority on this. So maybe I should, like, request the 50k here. Make sure you've always got stone. It's not like I don't have stone being produced, it's just, it's not going to the right places. Yeah, let's have a little bit more of that. I also need to be thinking about setting up some diesel at some point, because I think that there will be a point where I'm probably going to need a heck of a lot of diesel. Cough, cough, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. At some point at utility science, I'm gonna be needing a lot of diesel. Oh, I've got the bots. But, yeah, so, the reduction step from high grade will require diesel for every single ore type that does reduction. It's actually quite handy, by the way, Pyanodon, the reduction and sintering, because it's identical across all ore types. On what the inputs are on that. It's diesel, it's pressured air on the reduction, and then on the sintering, it's lime, syngas, and more pressured air. Those are the inputs. For now. Yeah. Also, glass is like nothing. Like, what I've set up here on glass is the hard part on glass. Like, the next step on glass is nothing. Just for reference, because I'm already doing this step on glass. It's like, what follows after this is A, utility science, and B, not that difficult either. That being said, you can't sinter glass either. It's like, oh, your high-grade glass doesn't come until utility science. Okay. I'll have all the glass on the planet at that point, just for reference. Okay, so now I should start seeing this begin to move as it gets stone furnaces, which it's not currently getting, because I'm sure there are a lot of things that need stone furnaces. Oh. Okay. Pretty sure it's supposed to tell me when... Yeah. So, here's the thing. I hate the logistics system mechanic. I officially hate the logistics system mechanic, so in this requester chest for my stone furnaces, I am requesting 50,000 units of stone. None is currently on its way to this chest. And yet this chest is requesting 2k. There's over 300 units being delivered to it. Always. Like, that's not falling. What is determining the priority? Is it strictly distance? Because I don't know. It's like, what is determining the priority there? Why would it be distance? Would be my main question. Why would it be set up to be based off of distance? That makes no sense. Why it would be. If it is. Like... Because I've got stone coming from multiple places. And the absolute last thing that I want to do is take make stone from iron. That's the last thing I would want to do, is make stone from iron to try and feed this, because it's not going to end up because the saline water ends up being voided. Excess saline is voided. Now, could I set it up so that the excess saline here is not voided? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I could literally pull it from the inserter, but the idea was I wanted to make sure that this belt always moves. So yeah, I could do that and then not have this request. But here's the thing. I need this request because I have stone coming out as byproducts from my copper and lead processing. So I have copper processing that is giving me stone here, and they're going into active provider chests. So I need to have something getting rid of the extra stone that is on the network. And it needs to preferably pull from the stuff that's from the network. See, this is why I think that there should be some more advanced way of setting priorities on things. Because I would... Basically what I would want is for my bots to only pull from this chest when there's no other stone on the network. Like, really low priority for this chest. And yet, it still needs to void stuff. So, it's really weird. Oh, hey. Oh, I know why they weren't delivering. I think I know why they weren't delivering. It's because I had put the full... Actually, no, it had already chewed through the full stack. I mean, if that's... Well, the thing with buffer chests is that they will pull from buffer chests only on the chests that you say can pull from buffer chests, and I think that it pulls at the same priority if you have that checkbox ticked. So if you have requests from buffer chests here on across the board, it's like there's no difference at that point between a buffer chest and a regular chest. I guess that mechanic would be useful here, right here. I could make this a buffer chest. I should have them being produced. I just haven't really had situations where I needed buffer chests in the past, so... Oh, come on. Duh. Yeah, keep this much. Ish, or bring stuff to it to fill that much, and then... like... I know what I can do. Hey, buddy. Where are... Of course. You guys. Enabled condition. If stone is greater than 500. Said 5-ish hundred. There. I don't know if there are changes with priorities like that in other mods. So, if I have this request set to 50k, the active provider chests are going to bring stone into this? Yes? And then anything I say that can pull from the buffer will pull from this buffer. And then, of course, if it falls on over 500, it can void, basically, into this. I think that's what I want. So then I won't need this at all, because this is also acting as a requester. Right? I think that will work. And then if I say, hey, you pull from buffer, it'll shove from the buffer. I think that fixes it. In fact, I might want to set it to like 5,000 units, which is 10 stacks in here. I guess that works. Alright, moving right along. Now that that's set up, and theoretically the stone stuff should be moving again. Now, this would also allow me, by the way, I would be more comfortable now doing some, doing a sand boring, extractor stone. Where are my sand extractors? This is the ground borer. Here. Give me a sand extractor. To give me some stone. Let's see, one of these makes 4 per second. How many do you make now? 1.86. Let's make 2 of these. Request a bunch of sticks. Oh. Oh. I think I need more chests, guys. I think I need more chests. What's being limited on the chests? So just, you know, as always, it's going to be circuit boards. Here's the thing about the circuit boards, though. I literally don't need the circuit boards in like that. Why not? Because I just don't. Okay, I've got plenty being produced not on the network. Or on the network, I should say. Yeah, take the excess of those away for now. Also take the extra modules that I'm carrying around. I think we're good. Yeah. Yeah, that works. That'll also make sure that I keep producing the charging stations and the roboports, which is also very, very important. Because that, as you can see, I've got plenty of circuit boards. They exist. It doesn't really matter what's coming up on the belt anymore as much. Really. Right. That's a thing I haven't done yet. Yeah, I need to do that now. Gravel. Oh boy. What am I gonna do with gravel? Because I did make asphalt out of it. But what happens when that's full? So yeah, good question abounds. Oh hey, stone wool. Alright, that makes me relieved, but I'm still gonna need to have something to do with gravel. Because I have the same exact situation with gravel as I do stone. Which is... I need to get rid of some of it on the network at all times, but I also need it for other things like stone wool. I'm gonna need to bring creosote production up as well. Yeah, because gravel will be needed in the filtration media. Gravel I can just generate on demand, though. So, would it be worth voiding all the gravel that I can and just make gravel on demand where I need it? Hey, it's helium. I think. Down the rabbit hole of helium, yeah. Going down the rabbit hole of helium from gravel. Yeah, storage warehouse with a filter would be pretty much how to do it. Yeah, that would be how to do it and void excess. But I just need to remember not to put any, or at least try not to put any production of gravel from iron onto it, because then you're voiding iron. It's like, oh great, let's try to avoid voiding iron. That would be ideal. I mean, I could end up, or slash am ending up, if I'm producing far in excess of stone from iron, I can end up voiding some of that, but eh. I think I'm just gonna have to live with it. Yeah, just reduce the production as counter to everything that is Factorio, as that statement implies. Yes, sometimes you have to actually control how much you're producing of stuff. You can't just build all the things all the time like that. So, regardless, I do need to have something to do with the gravel, which I don't think there's an easy way of making gravel into a fluid, so this would just mean a regular burner line, and I can do that wherever I have space with which to do that. And I may as well do it right in around here, because I'm pretty sure gravel is also coming out of my copper processing here. So I may as well actually do that there. We've got stone, and we've got the gravel over here in these impact crushers. And the gravel is actively filling my thingies. Didn't I make a blueprint? Yep, I did. Oh, also, preview. This is high-grade iron, by the way. Like, preview, high-grade iron. A piece of it, anyway. From the unslimed in to the high-grade molten line on this blueprint. Minus jigs doing pulp 1 into iron concentrate. But otherwise, this is the next phase of operations on iron. This is the iron jigs for pulp 1. Oh yeah, that's right, I also did that. That's a blueprint for copper processing. Yeah, the flotation step of copper processing. It's a lot of pipe. For reference, it's a lot of pipe. Oh yeah, and I did the same thing with Nexalit too. This is the up to, I think, the step right before pulp on Nexalit. Lots of things. Getting distracted here. I was looking for my burner. Where'd it go? Wait, where'd it go? Burner? Here. Right here. And what was the thing making this stuff again? The gravel? Here. You're the one making gravel. Doink, doink. This is the one I usually have of fuel. Ooh, that's a good question. Is it time to upgrade my fuel? Like fuel. Soon. As I hover over fuel rods and coal briquettes. Soon! Fuel for the sake of fuel. Then I won't have to request coal or coke for use as fuel. Higher the fuel value, the better. Alright, you are gravel. From buffer, all gravel, or at least some gravel. I guess I could make this actually a buffer chest with the same amount. But I don't think I'm allowed to do... Yeah, this, because this isn't actually a inserter, technically. You know what are technically inserters are mini loaders, but I don't know if it enables circuit network stuff, and I don't think I have the mini loaders installed. I have the angel-based loaders, which are actually loaders. So if I wanted to do anything different with this... Oh. What? I didn't include the inserter on that blueprint. Interesting. There we go. Alright, so they're voiding some amounts, non-zero amounts. I've likely got, like, tons and tons in storage at this point. So, let's see, I'm just thinking of doing a, like, simple lane balance here, and wires. Gravel greater than 3,000. Yep, you can get the conditions by doing the shift right click left click copy paste thing. Now, why did I do this in this way? Why did I put two inserters there? So that I could do some attempt at a lane balance. Maybe. Some attempt at keeping it balanced. Not the most elegant of ways of doing it, but it is a way of doing it. So, it will request up to 7,000 units. These will void out anything over 3K. So I will always have 3K available. Okay, that works for now. Let's see, I've got all this lard space to work with as well. Like, hello, lard. Oh. I didn't realize. I did not realize. Oh yeah, and of course we are full of fat. Fat is everywhere. Oh hey, buildings! The buildings! They're existing! They are starting to exist across all of it. Cool. Next. Next, I need to do this over here. This is offset one, so it might... not be reasonable. I'll go ahead and do it there. And keep all of the stuff. Because this was the, like, empty line anyway. Okay. Go, my minions. Clean up everything that you possibly can. That I can see. Speaking of that I can see. I need to be able to see a lot more. Let's just go ahead and do like a vomit again. Get all of it marked. I hate volcanic. I hate volcanic so much. So very much. Stupid alien biomes and your sheer volumes of stone. I mean, at least I have 2K construction bots. I apparently have 43 oh, there they go. No, they're all working now. So I mentioned about stone. Potentially needing stone. Don't quite think I need that much stone anymore. Oh, and thank you for bringing me more pipe. Oh. I think we've got a problem. Wonderful. Wonderful job. Why do I always cause problems for myself by trying to make things look nice? That ends up being... there were 2 contaminated pipes. I would like to not have to undo all those pipes. Like, that would be the ideal outcome. If at all possible. Now, once all of the fluid is gone, okay. Pump into... Please tell me I'm carrying around a... Thank you. Hey, it did it. How to empty a pipe. 101. I'm out of coffee. I'm sad now. Actually, you have to buy more coffee soon. Okay, now that that's fixed, I was questioning about potentially running this way. And then up. Ooh, more speed. Speed modules. Speaking of modules, oh my god! My modules! I've filled all my modules. They're filled. All of the requests of modules are filled. How did that happen? When did that happen? I was like, for so long, requesting 300 or so efficiency modules, but they're full now. They caught up. That makes me happy. They caught up. I still have to go through and manually add even more, but still, that is a milestone. There we go. Oh, that's unfortunate. Just a little. All the pressured water doing its thing. There's pressured water. All sorted on my dudes. Saline. Saline water is next. For the glorious Saline. I'm realizing I actually had sand extractors on me like the entire time. For the glorious Saline, I will need quenching towers. Please bring me the quenching towers. May as well also grab these. This is empty. Need to remember that. Go over here. This will officially be my Falgi substrate. Which, as a reminder, this is one of the red science ingredients. Really, 6? That's it? Wow. That's a lot of space. So 42.86 without any modules. That's close, actually, to the amount that I need. Goodbye, kitty. 72. And yes, I do define this as being close, because that just means add one more thingy. There we go. I think we're good. Unfortunately, I have nowhere near that much coke. Production on my network. I do have the Falgi, but I don't have the Coke. So 42 is alright, well, I know what this means. Oh. What's this? Oh. Notification that I have a thing shipped. By the way, I had to, like, buy new cups for my headphones. Sort of had to buy new cups for my headphones, so just got the shipping notification that they are on their way. $20 for a third-party ear cup for these, for a set. $20 for a set of ear cups for Bose headphones. It's so unfortunate that the, like, you would think, Bose, it's a major name, the stuff is expensive with them. You'd expect there to actually be quality in what you buy, but I knew the moment I got these headphones that this was going to be how these deteriorated, because the inside seam on these by default has holes in it. Like, by default, the inside seam on the pads have holes. And you can see the foam through the holes. And I'm like, that's gonna split right along the holes on that seam. And sure enough, it splits along the seam at those holes. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely need stack inserters. In fact, I'm gonna need, like, 2 here. I'm gonna need 1 for each. 1 on Coke. And 1 on mushrooms. Mushrooms? Shroomies? Shroomies. One on Coke, 1 on shroomies. And then, gosh, yeah, it's another stack inserter on the chest there. So I do not have the throughput of Coke. So this just means even more things must be built. 'Cause I've got the mushrooms, but I need more mushrooms. More mushrooms are required. More, I say. More is required, because I also have to think about what I need to get the, tar for saline. Which is another thing. Yeah, so I need to think about tar for saline, and I now also need to think about the, substrate, and the coke for the substrate. So this is gonna be fun. So, basically I need this. I need this set up. Preferably gridded. So I have a whole bunch of pressure furnaces already making coal out of it, so I should have the throughput in the coal, provided I have enough mushrooms to back it up to do this on network. But I just need, like, this, and then I need, well, something to do with the coal dust, which, yeah, turns out that was changed recently on the coal briquettes. I might use the dust to make briquettes. So this is an individual unit. This I can define as a unit, and I need 3... actually, not 3. I need... No, this isn't the unit. What am I thinking? This is the unit. I need 3 of these. If I can put 3 of these in a square, that is the equivalent of 4 coke out. Four yellow belts of coke out, which is a little bit more than what I need. And I'm going to put a little bit of extra gaps here and all that good stuff. I was apparently carrying around the boffs. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Wait a minute. Oh, you're connected here. I was like, why are you not connected here? Because they're connected here. Yes, this will be very interesting. Actually, you are going to keep the same rotation across the board, I think. Yeah, I think I want to keep this rotation here. So, how much water? 480, so that's a single thingy of water. You can go ahead and place that there. This is all water. So that's fine. Also need to think about the pressured air. Which is just the pressure pumps. How many? 360 on the pressured air, which at 18. Ooh boy. Really? 18? Yeah, really, 18. Alright. Cool. I've got a blueprint for that. Maybe. Unfortunately, this spacing is just ever so slightly not good. Tell you what. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rid of those. And I'm gonna place this right here. Let there be full power to everything. You can do that to make this a little bit easier. Excellent. I had water. What was I doing with water? I don't know. I do not know, nor do I think that I particularly care why I had this here. I am redoing this all in total, so also you don't need to exist. I think that this is a byproduct from when these were iron pipes. So get rid of those. I need to think about what I want to do with all of this coke oven gas. Maybe. I do have it being vented at the moment, but that is coke oven gas that can be converted into syngas, potentially. Or even into outlet gas 1, which is involved in lots of things. Like, why? I mean, why does that even all exist? I don't even know. Don't even know. And yeah, it's like, okay, well, is that even a more efficient way of converting acid gas into silver? Like, is that the thing that makes sense? I mean, making light oil, which, and refined syngas, that might be valuable. But organic solvent in, like, really? Do you really need the sulfur from that? Isn't organic solvent, like, harder to get? Though the residual oil, using coke oven gas as like a catalyst is intriguing. I don't really need the syngas from coke oven, so it will be avoided. I could use it for the ash, though, in the 1000 flue gas, because that is not an insignificant amount of ash. So I've already gotten... Yeah, that's incredibly nifty that I already have those filters set. I want a tailings pond. I probably don't need 50 tailings ponds. Bring me a tailings pond, please. Why does he need a tailings pond? Have you ever wondered how to void steam? Well, this is how you void steam. This is how you do it. Why would you need to void steam? Because this isn't actually a closed loop system. You've got 480 water in to 240 steam out that you can make back into water, but because you have water needing to come in anyway, it's like unless you put your water supply behind an overflow valve, and even then you're going to have issues because of the fact that the water is being converted into steam. You're still going to overflow on your water. So you can either vent excess water, or yeah, I guess you're just forced to having to vent somewhere, either the water or the steam. And I am choosing to vent the steam. So, how does one vent steam? How does one vent steam? This is what tailings ponds do. If I have gotten my tailings pond. Or I cannot apparently make a tailings pond. But I do have one on the way, apparently. That will arrive at some point in the future. Tailings ponds are one of the very few ways that you can actually get rid of steam incredibly easily, because it vents... Tailings ponds vent gases. So you can put down a tailings pond and it will actually vent the steam for you. Pretty sure that the amounts that I'm making are low enough that one pond is fine. So, as you can probably tell, actually, you know what? How did I... Okay, I did make sure that it was more Red Hot Coke. $6.67. I have no idea what the throughput on a stack inserter at stack size 5 is. Actually, Pyanodon knows this. That this is one of those few things that's actually intentional. And I have done this actually already in this playthrough. I did it down here. I've done this already. This is how to get rid of excess stuff on one of these blocks that's set to be done through efficiency modules, and you end up with a whole bunch of backup of stuff. It's like, oh, well, in order to keep things moving, you can get rid of your anything with fuel value. In order to void anything with fuel value, you put them in a boiler, shove them into a boiler, and then shove the steam into a tailings pond. That's how to void stuff with fuel value. You need to move, clearly. So, I have a bookmark somewhere, haven't looked at this in ages, of the Factorio wiki inserters page. From, let's see, from a chest, or to a chest. The stack inserter is just fine. Okay. Yeah, the stack inserter is perfectly fine on throughput. Even at cap bonus 2, the stack inserter will move at a humongous throughput. It's like 9.23 per second. That's huge. It's huge. Glorious stack inserters. And by cap bonus 7 on the stack inserters, moving 12 items per swing, the throughput's going to be 27.69 going into a chest, or from a chest, or chest to chest, shall we say. As how to put that. So, yeah, definitely should be using the stack inserters here on the inputs. I still do, however, need to have steam in. So I need to produce some steam, which I mean, I guess the best way would be the most efficient fuel that I have, which, cough cough, would be Coke. And then how much steam is it for 9? 10. 10 boilers worth. Can I fit that into a single thingy? I guess. Please tell me I'm not carrying boilers, am I? Nope. Boilers! Bring me... Oh, I am. I am? What is this shenaniganry? That is unfortunate. Let's go over here then. And let's do this. So that I can do this. And this. And this. So, coal briquettes. Do you remember what I said about needing to do something with the coal dust? Right, it was this recipe that you've changed, Pyanodon, right? It was this one that's not pushed live, at least wasn't at the start of the stream today, but it reduces to 100 creosote and it produces 10 briquettes for 35 coal dust and 20 glycerol. Now, glycerol, generally speaking, it's going to be the byproduct of oleochemicals, but there is collagen. It's like, or straight from the skin. But I'm thinking I would do this recipe, personally. I think I would do this one. Take the bones and coal dust and heavy oil into coal briquettes. I just wanted to have a look at that. And then you've also modified, I think, these a little bit at some point as well. Oh yeah, I had a look at this, by the way. The matter. Oh, it's always 40 on the output. That makes things simpler. It's always 40 units per item. Huh. So, matter... Yes, I know everything can get thrown into the black hole. So matter is created, shall we say, by shoving things into a singularity reactor. You are literally shoving things into a black hole, and each of them produces up to 15 megawatts of power, assuming that you can shove 150 items per second worth of stuff into it. Well, I say that, but it's 150 per second of matter into it. So divide by 40. So that's 3.75 items per second to fully fuel a singularity reactor to give you 15 megawatts. And it doesn't matter what you throw at it. As in, you can put a soil extractor next to it and get 15 megawatts of power off of a soil extractor. So singularity reactors are fun. Capitals, quotes, and all that behind fun. Hyphens between each letter, all that nonsense. Yeah, 15 megawatts for I guess a single soil extractor shoving soil into the thing. Yeah, an Earth-powered black hole. But my thought is, well, that scales like better than literally everything in the game, right? Like, doesn't that scale better than quite literally everything in the game? That's what I needed. Let's break these in case they cause issues later. So water. Water everywhere. Yeah, like, if you do get that far, like, you should expect something like that. But my thought is, compared to the other methods of gaining power at that point in the game, aka all of the fusion power stuff, well, let's look. Soil. How much matter does soil create? 1. Okay, so there is a difference on the outputs of stuff from matter. So you would need 150 per second of soil. But I mean, just going through this list, like, most other things are matter. But still, 150 per second of soil is, by that point in the game, trivial? Like, still not 15 megawatts, I think? But what about things like... Well, I hesitate to say ores. Really now? Hello? I see some potential here for shenaniganry at Yellow Science, at Utility Science. I see some potential, Pyanodon, for some shenaniganry right here. Iron chests give 40. 3.75 iron chests per second is how much iron per second? And then how much... Oh, hello! Hey, guess what? I think I found it. I think I found the thing. Yeah, I think I found the thing. Guar seeds. So guar seeds. The thing about guar seeds is you get a lot of them out of guar. Like, you get a lot of them out of guar. Like, just, it's night and day, guar to guar seeds. So yeah, that's the thing about Pyanodon, having literally every item in the game have the ability to go into fuel like this. Because, I mean, I think even the glass there, like, glass is 40. It's like, okay, well, how much energy does it take to get 3.75 glass per second? And then what's the difference between that and 15? And then there's your net positive on energy. Like, okay. Some of this is like, wow, fibers. Yeah, fibers are 40. Hey, foggy substrate, that's 40. Yeah, but the thing is, if it defaults to 1, then you won't use them at all. You'd only ever use it for soil, I guess, if you ever use it. Like, do you want it to be a thing that gets used, or do you want it to not be a thing that ever gets used? Maybe 20 would be better for a default. Ooh, hey, clay gives 40. What's clay? Clay is steam. Steam makes clay. A lot less than 15 megawatts. Clay. Yeah, look at clay. Clay should not be 40. Like, straight up. Clay should not be 40. Clay is slow. Well, to that I respond with this. Scale. Scale, Pyanodon. It's a thing. Scale is a thing. And this is not a ton. And then I forget, do these things have module slots in them? Because if they do, they can be beaconed. Let me see. So you are Coke. Right, you also need fuel, but you will take fuel from the coal that you're getting input, so that is just fine. Oh, how convenient all of this has been thus far. That's going to be a problem. That's better. Am I good here? Do I just stick my requester chest down for coal now? I think I stick my requester chest down for coal. Get this starting to move. Let there be coal. All the coal. So, coal dust. Of course, it can be made into ash. It can be made into small amounts of syngas. Okay, just trying to think how I want to deal with the coal dust being produced out of this. Would need a red belt. Would need this to get rid of it all. Oh, I forgot about... I keep forgetting about doing that. Here's what we're gonna do. I had already determined I'm gonna have a 2x2 line up there. Here's what we're doing. This is going to be cheesy, but it will be functional. I'm going to take you and stick you up top on these, because it's going to be a little bit easier to do the logistics this way, rather than having it on the bottom. Now I need these. Eventually it will be a red belt going up to there. Oh, good. That can stretch. Allow me to fix my error. Right there. So remember what I said about tailings ponds. That's what we're about to do here. With one key and a vital exception. Ta-da! I'm not looking for more steam. And oil burners provide exactly the same amount of steam as a regular burner. As a regular boiler. It is exact. I am looking to void everything. Will 1 be okay still? Now that's a question. Would this still... Like, I don't know what the, void speed is on the tailings pond. Don't know. Do I care? Maybe. Okay, that's on its way. Oh, right. You there. Ta-da! Alright, next. That. Please tell me, yep, you retained the thing. I am full! How in the world am I full? Maybe it's all these buildings that I'm carrying around. Maybe I don't need 400 underground pipes on me. I think I'm good now. Unless I have not actually connected that because I'm a dummy and didn't move this one over. There we go. And that is everything moving. So, how to get 4 yellow belts worth of output of coke in a grid. Minus voiding a thing up top, but whatever. I'm now accruing coal dust for use for whatever else I want to use coal dust for on the network, and once this is full, the excess is voided. That is absolutely what I wanted to do the entire time. Now that that's taken care of, and this is pulling in 35. No, it's pulling in 43-ish of 996, about half. To make Faugi's substrate. I just find this hilarious. I think we're thinking at scale, guys. I think we're thinking at scale now. Excellent. All the minions are doing their thing. It pains me, by the way, to not use this coke for power. But that's what I'm doing. For reference, if I used all the coke and the stuff here, the coal dust, if I actually used all of it for... Wait, what? For power... Oh, right, it's the coal dust. Because I'm not actually using that much. It's sort of... It scales with how much I use. So, anyway. This can all produce 1.2 gigawatts of power by adding in the electrolyzers here of hydrogen. And I'm not even doing anything with the oxygen. Like, it could be even more if I did anything with the oxygen. This is just this same setup of all of the coke out to make stuff. It's glorious. Maybe I should vent the extra steam, but eh. Just eh. Do a line of pipes on the ends of all of the steam engines, stick an overflow valve and a tailings pond, and that would allow the dust to continue being voided over time. So, right in here. Right in here. Destruction columns. You... Actually, it's... I already have this. I already have this! How much of this am I going to copy is the question. Let's go with the whole damn thing. I do have to modify this, though. Okay, get rid of that, get rid of that. Get rid of this, and this. And I guess I won't need these. So, what am I doing here? This is... everything needed... what are you being used for? Not what I need. Nothing I need anymore. So I will be taking this, making tar, and then using my tar in order to produce the saline water. Saline water is going to be produced out of this. Out of this tar. And as one would expect, this whole setup is designed to use the output of one of these 2x2s. So one of these 2x2s of mushrooms gets converted into coal through 6 of these. 10 of these, excuse me. Ish, or whatever. Actually, no, it's not that many. It's less than that, I think, on the actual throughput. But regardless, it gets converted into about 4 yellow belts worth of coal. So this becomes 4 yellow belts of coal. One of these. I've got 3 of them here for reference. That feeds in, by the way, the exactly as much coal. So this little setup that I just set up for the coke out, the 4 coke out, that takes in one of the outputs of one of these squares, and then another one is going to be going into this square. In total, looks like I didn't copy the requester chests. So let's get those placed. Question marks. Question marks. There we go. That's those placed. Get the power going. This produces some non-zero amounts of both ash as well as iron oxide, so I've got belts to go and help void that. That doesn't need to exist. I've also got a bit of the output of the coke going into here. Yes, I've got a split here to feed these burners, so that is fine. That obviously leaves me with very, very, very little space left. To do what needs to be done. Because I need 4, right? 4 of these Mark II quenching towers. So I've been holding on to these quenching towers for a little while. Here's the thing, though, and this is the problem. This is the massive problem with all of this. 1440. Little over 430 out of this. That is just over 3, so 4. So I will need this times 4, which means, obviously, I need this also times 4. Plus, at this point, plus 1. Plus 2 to feed the foul gate for this. So 5 of these that are like 164 each of the mushrooms. Also, why is the stuff not? Oh. Oh, that sucks. Okay. I did not realize that that was a weakness of this. Of my 2x2s. So it's literally impossible to have my robots just build the 2x2s unless I go through and I have my nanobots place the power wires. Like, seriously, that is a shame. That is a shame that, yeah. Even the 1x1s, that is a problem because it's one tile. It is one tile too far for a construction bot to place the next power pole. That would actually explain quite a lot, to be honest. That explains everything. Really. Wait. What? Yeah, so this... So what I'm saying is that this one won't reach this pole. That won't reach that. Yeah. By one tile. Hello. So unfortunate. I'm okay with walking and having my bots place the things. Oh. Yeah, that's a power pole that needs to exist here. Yeah, right there. Right there. There need to be power pole. Hey, and here come the bots. Here they come. To actually finish this one. So I said I needed 5, right? I guess while I'm out here, do I want to place them in line or just go north? Add these to the north. I think I'll add these to the north. Sure, why not? I was going to make a lane of 2x2s up top anyway. And I wanted to maybe have the next vertical line be empty, so may as well just be here and set up my 2x2s and do doink. And a doink. And just for good measure, just to say that we've got a bit of a buffer, just a little bit of a buffer, I'm gonna place another one, so we're gonna have 6 of these placed. Yeah. I hope you enjoy mushrooms. Because we've got a lot of mushrooms now. No, it's... The blueprint is 2x2 grid. So it's a 3x2x2. It's a 3x2.2. I was just... Each of those that I just placed was over 160 Faugi farms each. So 3 of those. 3 of my 2x2s of Faugi. And of course, the way I have this spaced is not to max line distance on the big power poles, because the this grid is modified from medium poles. A grid made out of medium poles is how it started, so it maintained the spacing off of mediums going into this grid as it stands. So I'm just walking to get all the big poles placed here right now. Then the robots will be able to creep their way forward in placing all of the wonderful and glorious roboports and all that, so that they can keep building everything for me. How convenient that this line was right there. I'm gonna point out how convenient that is. For the keen exception... Oh, really? Alright, I at least have a small... So I can do that and that. Alright. Wait, why are you not placing? Huh? Oh, because stuff was in the way. Stuff that needed to be cleared was in the way. So I was mentioning about having this lack of stone earlier. Hello, robots. Hello, Logibots. Yeah. Sure. Oh, hey, we're a gig! We're a gigawatt base! Hey, we finally graduated. We are now a gigawatt base. Congratulations, base. You are now... You are officially a gigawatt base. I had a feeling that would happen while trying to set up this stupid collagen. I had a feeling that would happen while just trying to set up collagen. Now, how in the world am I going to fit... Oh. Okay, I have an idea of how I'm going to do this. There's no point trying to fit 4 quenching towers in there. So I'm just going to use the rest of this space for the quenching towers. And they'll be set up like so, ideally, and there'll be 4 of these. Do this. I'm going to need to have voiding, like, here as well. Tailings, that's another good point. Do I set up, like, another next lit line or something? Need to void the tailings. Should void the flue gas as well. But yeah, Saline. Right. I need these. So that we get 464 for 320. This is the approximate output of tar out of one of these. The approximate tar output. You are doing that. Get the... Actually, why do I even have that there? Oh. Yeah, either way, I think I'm going to need an additional space. At least one. Well, you're getting vented. Yeah, if I just say that you are always going to be vented, where are my gas vents? Where did my gas vents go? Oh, where can they be? I'm just gonna stick gas vents with a speed module in them, and that will be just fine. So, that will let me do this, and this, and this. Yep, that's as I say that. And then connect all those. Get this going. Get this going. Get this going. copy, paste. Tempted to do that, and that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, goodness. Right, so... cut... one tile. One... Oops. Something about mixing liquids. Please fit, please fit. Aww. Found the stream because you were searching the Factorio streams. Ah. Yes, for interesting mods. Yes, Pyanodons is a very interesting mod set. I have to agree with that. I would absolutely agree with that. Okay, well, there's the saline water. There's saline. Now, if only I had... If only... Actually, you know what I can do? I can do this. That much is just fine. Let's make this a little bit more, shall we say, copy-pastable. And, like, nicer. Nicer is better in the long run. Like, do we really need to go up that way? And I know I'm sort of mixing yellow and red belts now, but... I'm not as concerned about that as I am the belt routing looking halfway decent. Now, as for the tar... That's what I thought. Tar goes there. None of this needs to exist. And... I guess I can replace these. Yeah. So you fit just fine. That means I can do a regular old... Just a regular old copy-paste. I'll take the whole square. So, I need this times 3. 3 of this. Choices, choices, so many choices. I'll go this way. I will go this way and place these. 1. 2. Oh, and, one more thing. For the record, I will now officially have all the coal gas I could ever desire, because this also produces over 300 per second of coal gas each. on top of the tar. So I think I'm set. I think I'm set going forward. I did get those. That's fine. I guess the only other point of concern would be, do I have enough high pressure furnaces converting the mushrooms into coal? I think I do. I guess the only other... There's one more thing. There's just one more thing, and we can get these 180 Zipirs moving. Why are you not done yet? There's no reason for you not to be done. There's literally one more Zipir to be placed. Literally one more, and I don't know why you're not being delivered. Why? Hurry it up. Hurry it up. Okay, so where are you? Oh, I put speed modules in you as well, so I think I might have enough. I think I might have enough. How many is this? 24. I think I might have enough. I'm just trying to think. What is 5 times 60? It's 300. I don't have enough. I need 300 out. Just FYI, this... yeah, let's be a little crazy today. Let's be a little crazy and do that. That is 24, yes, yes, so... oh, you know, just casually now, 48... yeah. Numbers. 1.1 gigawatt base. Oh boy, so... with that, we've reached the end of the stream for the day, as all of this gets built and all the requests are being fulfilled. Just a little crazy, yes. Yeah, just a little bit crazy. I like how this looks, by the way. I just want to point out, this looks pretty decent. Having... oh, you're not powered. Right. I need to power this. But anyway, when I go casually over and start powering that and finish off the logistics, I'll have all of the saline to feed this. So, yeah, for reference, what got done today? Just to end things off, what got done today? Pipework on the Zipir artificial reefs, redid my stone down here, how I'm handling the stone, so that I am holding on to enough to feed my production of stone furnaces, to feed into my FB reactors, to feed into my Zipir artificial reefs. By doing that, I now have all of my reefs, all 180, you know, casual 180 Zipir artificial reefs, you know, to casually feed into 72 or 49 collagen buildings, just, you know, casual 49 collagen production. Just casual 40 muckmo plantations, casual, 56 Mark II, Tholen, atmospheric extractors, and 13 plants, but I didn't do those today. Placed 3 more of the mushrooms today. Set up modular coke. I guess I can call this modular coke, right? Right? I think this can be called modular coke. As well as mushrooms, as well as lots and lots and lots of saline. Is there limited atmosphere? Nope. It's, literally energy into whatever you can make tholins out of. It's just power, for tholins. No, there's no limiting factor. Well, with the tholins, you're literally spending energy to get stuff. Just energy for stuff out of nothing. It's lots of energy. It's lots of energy, but I'm doing it for chlorine just because I don't want to be stuck with byproducts when doing... Because clearly, saline is huge! I don't even have pollution on. Like, I turn pollution off so that it doesn't take up at like the UPS. There's no point in having pollution on when you don't have biters, because then the game is doing work that it doesn't need to do. So, yeah, our grid is growing as well. Just want to throw that out there. The grid is growing. We're looking really nice right now. This line is intentionally left blank. This line intentionally left blank. And we are using up our 1x1 lane here, as well as set up 2x2s. Another 2x2 line. Yes, the grid must grow, the factory must grow, and all of that. Next time, I will be finishing up the logistics work on the saline water production. That will be a primary point of concern. Getting all of the tar routed in to the saline water, getting the saline water on 2 lines into each of these blocks for the Zipirs. And then, of course, comes stone wool at scale. And then as a preview of stone wool at scale, we have the option stone plus coke plus steam, or coke plus gravel plus creosote. Both of which are the same amount of time. This uses more energy in the form of steam. This will use creosote. I mean, it's not like I don't have the ability to get the tar to make the creosote, but I don't know. I need to look at the output, sand extractor output, stone versus gravel. Pretty sure I'm doing gravel here. Not here. Here. Right here. Yeah, I'm doing stone wool through gravel. But I have to have a look at a whole bunch of stuff. I'm also sending the extra gravel out to filtration media. I'll have a look next time and plan out what the stone wool at scale will look like. Something tells me it's going to be massive to get 21.6 stone wool at scale. I think it's going to be really big. we'll see how much iron. Actually, that's going to be a big concern, is how much iron is that going to take if I choose to get gravel or stone out of iron? And what other alternative means are there of getting the gravel that don't involve iron, if that's the case, and are those means viable? So there's going to be a fair bit of theory crafting next time after getting the current logistic work done with the saline water. So, as starting this week, the stream schedule has changed. My next stream will be on Tuesday, September 3rd, 2019, at the usual time. I'm, of course, not streaming on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays anymore. If you are watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/Otaku Showboat to leave a follow and turn on notifications to be reminded when I go live. Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. Also, tutorials are coming. And just one more wonderful reminder. Tutorials are coming with text. At the beginning of the stream, I showed iron. Now here at the end, if you've made it to the end, here is your preview of copper and what the copper video is going to end up looking like. We've got a wonderful overview. Copper, of course, is actually... It's actually simpler than iron in terms of the number of steps involved. But yeah, so this is the type of breakdown that I will be doing for the various ore processing chains. Is one of these with it, and then I'll show it. And I'll go over all of the other inputs and outputs involved. This is just the simplified version of like the outline of each step without any of the additional inputs and outputs on it, and it's what building it's in as well. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Also, don't forget about the question of the day. You can leave the comments below. Question of the day is, how did you find me? What were you doing to find me? Where did you come across my channel or my stream? That is the question of the day. So, again, thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all on the next one.